So the paper plane was a drink I invented right here on Eldridge Street as well. It was back when it was milk and honey, and I was working with a bartender named Toby Maloney. And we talk about the third wave of, like the third cocktail wave that was just starting back in, this is, 2007. I got to New York City in 2004, and we were just seeing the early part of this third wave that we're still in. And I was a young bartender at the time. Toby was a senior bartender at the time, and he asked me, he was consulting on consulting and owning a brand new craft cocktail bar in Chicago called the Violet Hour. So he asked me personally to come up with a new drink for the summer menu at the Violet Hour, the first summer menu. I was very honored. I was a young bartender. I thought that was amazing that my drink was going to be featured at this bar in Chicago. So I got to work creating the paper plane. And for me, I had a template. The Last Word cocktail had just sort of been relaunched by Murray Stenson in Seattle, and it was getting a lot of play at the cocktail bars. It was this unusual equal parts citrus liqueur cocktail that on paper didn't look like it would work, but you put it into a drink and it sings. So my idea was that I wanted to do an equal parts citrus cocktail, and I really wanted to use a product called Amaro Nonino. So it's an Amaro from Udinese, the northeast of Italy, and I'd only just been introduced to it by a friend, and I absolutely adored it, and I wanted more people to know about Amaro Nonino. So I got to work on this drink. It was, I'd do it late nights after the crowd had sort of died down at Milk and Honey, and we tried so many variations of this drink. Always with the Nonino. Originally, we did it with Campari. We later worked out it was better with Aperol. The Campari was just making it a little bit too bitter. That bourbon component, we tried absolutely every other spirit under the sun in that little roll. So we tried, from gins, tequilas, mezcals, Scotch whiskies, brandies, everything, rums, you name it. And bourbon was still the best for that component. And when I'd finally nailed it, at least I thought I had nailed it, I remember it was about 3 in the morning, and I run out into the hallway of Milk and Honey, and I call up Toby. He's asleep because it's very late, and I left him a voicemail, and I said, I think I've nailed it. Here's the drink. I'm super happy with it. I called it the Paper Plane because it was, at the time, MIA's song Paper Planes was on repeat on my iPod. It was an iPod. And it just was fitting that I called the drink the Paper Plane.